How you doing, guys? This is Andrew at the Warrior Vault. I have another battle report for you guys. This is for mrmalorion's YouTube campaign. This month we have to fight the dwarves. So I got 2,000 points in my empire versus 2,000 points of dwarves. The first thing is I want to throw a shout out to the Ice House where I played the game. This is a pretty cool place. They have about 20 tables. They play many war games from fantasy, 40k, Malifaux, Privateer Press, everything you can think of. And it's not a store. This is actually just like a hobby place where people hang out. So check out their meetup. It's on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you're in the area, come by and play a game. You look for Jesse Green. He's the organizer, and he's who I actually played the game against. Okay, so here's rough list. 2,000 points. We have 10 quarrelers, 25 to probably maybe 35 longbeards, cannon, organ gun, bolt thrower, gyrocopter, Thane BSB, engineer, the named engineer, runesmith, and lord that is probably unkillable by my I don't have anything in my list that can kill him. Okay, so deployment looks like this. He put his cannon behind these woods. This is the named with the 10 quarrelers, organ gun, 10 more quarrelers with the runesmith. This is the block of longbeards with the general and the shield. There's the bolt thrower, and to the far right we have a gyrocopter. Okay, so my deployment looks like this. I have 2 cannons. I have an engineer who's out of the line of sight, can't be shot right now. My thinking with this is I have to keep him, even though I'm outside of 30 inches of the quarrelers, they have the hero and he adds distance to their shots. It's one of his special abilities, so I wanted to make sure I stayed out of line of sight. I have my 15 knights, my general, my BSB. I have my 10 crossbowmen, my 5 skirmishers, my wizard, and my demigriffs. One thing I want to point out is I always run the lure of metal. I don't know if it's going to help me all that much in this army, but I always find a way to make it work. So for metal, I rolled Final Trans, which is great, Enchanted Blades, Plague of Rust, and I dropped the Hounds for Searing Doom, and Dwarf Magic. Yeah, there's no magic, but he has the banner where he gets +4 to dispel, and he has a dispel rune. So dwarves won first turn, and he moves the gyrocopter up, and there's the movement. As you can see, there is no dwarf movement. So it goes to shooting. The organ gun kills 2 knights. The left quarreler fails the wound, and the bolt thrower misses, and the quarrelers kill 3 more of my archers. So, not too bad. It could have been worse. So, Empire turn 1. Okay, so I move everything forward aggressively. The steam tank misfires, and I tried to make 4 steam points, so he gets the one where he takes a D3 wounds and gets a D3 more steam points. So there's that. So I move him forward. Knights move forward. They go over the fence. They're all good on the dangerous train. The demigriffs hit the fence. They take 1 dangerous train. And then I move up my mage unit so that I can see the gyrocopter and that I can see his big unit. Okay, so for magic, I got a 6 and a 5. And I Searing Doom the gyrocopter off the table. I go for final for his longbeards, and he stops it. Okay, so I go for shooting. The steam tank misfires again, and this time he takes D3 wounds. So the steam tank's already on 4 wounds, because he took 3 and then 1 in the movement phase. So there's that. And my 2 combined cannons, the one with the engineer, I was able to kill his cannon. So that's some bit of good news. Alright, so this is what the field looks like at the end of turn 1, and you remember to the far right, I also have my demigriffs on the fence. Okay, so dwarf's turn 2. Okay, so no movement and no magic. And then organ gun lights me up. He just beat me up. I was rolling 1s for the quarrelers, and the organ gun, I think he takes out 4 guys. It's not so good. The bolt thrower fails, though. That's a plus. And that's it. That's all that really transpires. Alright, so Empire turn 2. Time for the charges. So the demigriffs needed a 10, and I figured I would go for it. With Swiss Stride, it's about a 1 and 3. So I take them into the Longbeards. And then the Knights need a 7. That's an easy make for them. With Swiss Stride, I move my Mage Bunker up. In case I need them again, try to get them within 18 inches of all the troops for final. An easy cast of it. And the steam tank moves behind Yeah, he misfired again, and this time he can't use the steam gun. No big deal. I'm still going to shoot the cannon. Okay, so for magic, I got a 5 and a 2, and I actually channeled one. And I go for Plague of Rust on the Longbeard, but he stops it with 3 dice. Then I go for a 4 for Enchanted Blaze, rather, because I want the Demigris for the +1 to hit. And then I miscast. I roll a 10 on the miscast and lose the spell. Well, what are you going to do? That's a great spell, too. I'm always happy when I roll that spell. It's pretty terrible to lose it. Okay, so I can't shoot anything because although it doesn't appear this way, I actually can't see without threatening maybe hitting my own guys. So, yeah, that's that. In combat, I killed the engineer, the named engineer in his unit, and I overran. And I'm lucky I pursued. I considered not because he's close to the board edge, and then I decided to, and he rolled a 3 anyway, so that would have been terrible if I reformed instead. And then, I'm killing some dwarves over here. They may have hand weapon shield. I'm making my 2-up saves. I think he might have done a wound to me, but yeah, he's 10 steadfast. Okay, so this is what the end of turn 2 looks like from the side of the board. Dwarf turn 3. Okay, so no movement, no shootings. No magic on the shooting. And yeah, so he decimates my mage bunker. I was actually worried when I went to roll the panic because if I roll bad on this, I could lose that whole unit. That's a good 300 and some points, a big chunk. But I rolled double 2s, so they do not panic. And in combat, I kill some more dwarves, and he's able to kill out a full demigryph. This combat I'm not too worried about. It's nothing too crazy. His lord's there. I can't hurt his lord. These attacks basically are wasted because I'm -1 to hit, so I need 5s to hit him, and then I can't wound him. He's toughness like 7. And but I am wearing down the unit enough to win combat, so that's all I need to do. I just need to win combat long enough for my knights to get over there. Oh yeah, and another thing I'd like to add, that Enchanted Blades is really helping a lot, and mainly because the +1 to hit is huge. Okay, so the end of Dwarf turn 3 looks like this. And time for an Empire. Okay, so I didn't get many pictures of this. The game at this point, the pace was moving so fast. So I reformed my knights to make a flank charge here. The 2 cannons are able to finally kill the organ gun. The steam tank fails to kill it. I think I shot it first. And I move my skirmishers behind this fence, and then I make my metal mage join them. What I'm thinking is because the freedom of movement of the skirmishers, they can get over there, and now I have the fence protecting me from the bolt thrower. And at this point, when in movement phase, I didn't know if the organ gun was going to get another shot at me, and I really didn't need that. He would have killed my mage. So for magic, I roll 6 dice. I throw 2 at Plague of Rust because I'm trying to get rid of some of, mainly his armor save on his lord, because it's a 1-up. I'm trying to lower his armor save, and I roll double 1s. So, yep, that's the end of magic. I tried to cast a Warrior Priest spell, but, he just stopped it because he can easily stop it. He gets +4. Okay. So, showing that, the steam tank didn't do anything. And on to combat. So, this is combat. It's a pretty good picture, actually. Like the lighting in this picture shows that I'm wearing him down little by little. So, this is a look at the end of turn 3. And he put another wound on Demigryph. My stomps are really helping me. It's hard for me to hit with his weapon scale 5, but the stomps are wearing him down. So Dwarf turn 4, and he charges here. There was a little bit of thought of what to do with this guy, but I think that's a good move. Because if I direct all my attacks towards him, I'm going to probably lose combat res. And I really need the combat res to stick around until my knights get over there. He could do some wounds. He has... I think he might... No, he's only strength 4. Okay. I don't think he has a great weapon or anything. Okay, so for shooting, the bolt thrower fails to hit my mage because, we need to roll really high for that. And then we go right to combat. And yeah, my Nebengris down another wound. But I was able to whittle him down. He's only got a couple guys left, but of course he still sticks. Empire turn 4. And that's basically the end of the game. Yeah, so basically what happened here is I didn't get a final picture. We kind of called it reps. I charged in this flank, and that was enough to break everything. He ran. My Demigryphs run off the table catching him. This guy, I I don't know exactly why he's there. I think maybe he pursued, because I don't have any ranks, so he may have ran in that direction. And yeah. So it looks like this. He has a bolt thrower left. That's all he has left. So we just end up calling the game. But it was great, and it was a fun game. First time of me playing the new Dwarf book. So yeah, guys, just leave any comments, any likes, any shares. I really appreciate it. Any kind of feedback is great, and I'll be sure to get back to you. And this is Andrew from the Warrior Vault. Thanks.